The Pursuit of Perfection.
Strong. I want you to take a moment and step back and just look over all the anime, manga, and movies that you've watched over your entire life. You'll actually realize that a lot of them build their stories around this one theme. So, what does it mean to be strong? Is it the one that's still standing at the end of a fight? Or the one that goes down in battle giving it their all? Is it the one that has no enemies? Or the one that's in pursuit of perfection?
There's definitely a lot of definitions for like being strong. You know, you could be strong, like very strong emotionally. You could be strong physically. Your will could be strong. There's a lot of
chase after this question. Some fail to
definitions.
reach an answer. But I think I might have found it.
By the way, Vagabond, I haven't finished it yet, but it's the greatest manga, chef's kiss, and I would love to finish it. I just need to get the rest of the books because back there is my bookshelf, and I think I'm up to 5, and every time I go to the bookstore, I can never find like the next number that I need. Vagabond is so good, bro. Like I can't even explain like in words how that book makes me feel. Peak, for real.
Shinmen Takuzo is a brat who loves to fight. It's his sole purpose in life, to be strong. The villagers call him a beast, a demon, an unsightly creature that lives in the woods, detached from the rest. His mother abandoned him and his father never saw him as a son. But he is strong. He cut down his first opponent at the age of 13 and went to war 4 years later. The war ended in defeat with many of his comrades dead, but still, Takuzo survived. So when word spreads that the beast is alive and is up and running...
And I just want to say, they might get to it in here, but if not, Takuzo's quote unquote best friend at the start, fuck him. He's an asshole.
Killing the guards. The village grew furious. Every one of them was out to get him. They tried ambushing him, but it's no use. He defeats the captain and everyone in his way. And as he was fleeing, he met a monk that called him the weakest person in the village.
This guy right here,
stunned. What
goated.
buffoonery has this man spoken? In the end, when the whole village failed to capture one boy, it was the monk, the great Takuan, that got him. And also a girl. God damn it, Takuzo.
He loves this girl.
Slowly awaiting his death. Kill me, he pleads, demanding his life be ended instead of being humiliated as such. The girl sneakily feeds him during the night. I love these two, but it was time to put him down. Death is no stranger to a warrior. Each one of them awaits their honorable end. Die knowing you have lived your life to the fullest. Announce it to the world, Takuan says before slicing Takuzo's head off.
Miyamoto Musashi.
He couldn't say that he led a fulfilling life. It was all led by violence and loneliness. He was no beast. He was not strong. Just blinded by darkness that he doesn't see the light. But then again, there is no light for those who do not know darkness.
That is true.
In the spring of his 21st year, Shinmen Takuzo was reborn as the renowned Japanese
Miyamoto
swordsman Miyamoto Musashi.
I fucking love it, bro.
This man, he is a legend. That's why they wrote a book about him. And that book inspired another guy to write another book about him, who also happens to be the author of this book. Everything you'll see in this
He's the
story
author of
is
Slam
loosely
Dunk.
based on the real life of Miyamoto Musashi, how he won his first duel at the age of 13, how he's never lost a fight in his long record of duels, how he never once bathed himself because he was afraid of being attacked. What the fuck? He's a figure in the pursuit of perfection, both in swordsmanship and in consciousness. They named a dojo after him, and he wrote a book while he was retired in a cave. Why is he constipated? He should look more like this, or this, or this.
It does look swaggy, I'm just saying. Takuzo looks swaggy.
Takehiko Inoue is the author behind Vagabond, but to call him an author is an understatement. This man's an artist. You'll find pages of these hyper-realistic drawings, like those tourist paintings that scam people for a lot of money. Except you're getting all your money's worth with this one. It feels like they're looking at you, almost as if they're alive. The same goes with the fights. Inoue draws these badass panels that capture the essence.
Bro, this artwork is so good. Like when I tell you I was reading the books, the volumes, and each page is just like you have to sit there and appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Like the artwork is so good. Some people are just so talented.
One look and you know who's won. Another tells you he's putting it all on the line. One more and you find out just how strong Musashi really is. These aren't just drawings. These are works of art that transcend the confined borders of a manga. I don't know much about art and I don't know what's the pinnacle of beauty, but this looks like perfection to me. Then you add a little color to it.
Yes. There's some
When I say
pages that have
Takezo
color
Inoue
and
is an
so
artist, I
Chef's
mean he's
Kiss.
Japanese Da Vinci. Apart from drawing these astonishing pieces of monochrome art, sometimes you'll have entire panels colored by Inoue
Yes.
himself. I mean, just look at this. Just how far can he take it? The colored artwork was so good that he even published a separate book focusing solely on the illustrations, showing how much effort went into those few color spreads. Is that not enough? How about Inoue hand-painted every volume cover that was in the manga? Not good enough for you?
That's
How about
fire.
Inoue hosting an entire exhibition showcasing his 140 paintings on the manga himself? Still not enough? How about Inoue painting a 26-foot mural of Miyamoto Musashi in just 3 days? This is absurd! At
That
what
is
point does it stop being a
clean.
manga and just becomes an art gallery? Literally every chapter has at least one panel that just makes you pause and
Look how
take in every
detailed
little
that is,
detail.
bro.
Forget one panel. The first page of every chapter leaves you mesmerized. It makes your jaw drop. It makes you in awe. It makes you question what a man can do with a brush and paper. I think the beauty of Vagabond lies in its nomadic nature. I mean, he is a vagabond. He said it, he said the thing! Musashi sets out on a journey to be the strongest under the heavens, the invincible under the sun. He met a lot of people along the way, and each left an impact on his pursuit. This is the brilliance of Inoue as a writer. Every one of these faces doesn't feel like they're just passing by. Instead, they're etched as a part of the story. Some of their stories may stay with you even longer than the protagonist.
Bro, I love this
Not this guy,
this
though.
story.
Madahachi is Musashi's childhood friend. They both left the village to make a name for themselves.
I hate him.
Quickly learned that he's the most worthless
I
piece of
hate
shit
him.
you'll ever see.
Yes,
Unlike
worthless.
Musashi, dead set on being the
I'm not gonna lie, bro. His so-called friend, bro, he deserves everything he's getting right now, bro.
strongest and even hit dives into a fight against 10 men, Madahachi's a pussy. A coward that hides in the face of fear.
Yeah,
he drowns
bro.
in lust and is every bit pathetic. You're gonna hate this guy, but
I hate him.
Madahachi's the realest motherfucker in here. If 10 people were put in this story, 9 of them would end up like Madahachi. And then there's his mom. Oh, don't get me started
Oh
with this
my
old
gosh.
I hated these two characters.
Me
but when
too.
I paused and put myself in their shoes, I realized how human they are. Selfish and self-centered, yes, but so is all of us. Madahachi was someone born with a silver spoon in his mouth. He didn't need to go to war or take up a sword. He just had to live the life that his mother had worked so hard to prepare for him. Get married, have kids, and lead a normal life. That's it. But he doesn't want that. He seeks out his own purpose in life and ventures off into the battlefield with a single spear. And Granny here is just a cranky old lady that holds grudges, but
Yo,
she's a real one. She
tell
really
me about it.
is.
She's
Her son is rumored to
cranky.
have gone off with another woman, never to return home, and is out there proudly using the name of a disabled swordsman as if it was his. And deep down, though she knew all of that, regardless of the lies, regardless of how shameful and despicable his son might be, her love never changes. She defends him till her death. It's ugly, but beautiful. Vagabond is not an all-serious manga filled with bloodshed and
I hate 'em
violence.
both.
Even Musashi's character has a bit of humor in him. You can see the funny expressions he makes sometimes. It might not seem
Yeah.
much, but that gives him character. There was a scene where Musashi was about to turn in after a long day, and just as he was about to doze off, he woke up, started slashing, and then went back to sleep. What? These moments add character to Musashi. It's what makes you love the guy. The solid humor takes all the seriousness away from the story and lets you enjoy it in a much lighter tone. There's even a little romance between Musashi and the girl. I
Yep.
love these two.
Me
For all
too.
the people who see Musashi as a beast, only she sees him for who he truly is.
Mhm.
You just want them to be together, but it's a yearning for connection that he keeps putting off in favor of his path. A man's inability to love and a woman's unwavering affection. One searching for purpose, another for belonging. No words, just emotions. It's simply beautiful.
I agree, bro.
$1時間とか2時間の睡眠になっちゃうんで、
1 to 2 hours of sleep a day.
ね、こういうこと言うと日本の漫画がクレイジーだって思われるのも嫌なので
Being a mangaka sucks. If I had to post a video every week, I would be shitting out slop and quality would be all over the place. It's tough, meeting deadlines and upholding standards. Inoue would spend days just sketching out the storyboard for one chapter. And there's
That
always
must be
that amazing-
really, really stressful for them because if they don't get it just right or how they want it, they have to scrap it basically and start over. No, it must be really tough.
week. He would go over and over the story until it feels right. He's not just thinking about plot progression. He obsesses over theme, rhythm, and emotional resonance. He believes that if the story doesn't have life, then no amount of beautiful drawings will ever save it. He puts so much thought into it that with each passing week, it plunges him further and further down into darkness. This panel of Musashi saying he wants to pray made him crash out and almost gave up drawing it. This is one panel, it doesn't even take up the whole page. It's just a segment, and yet so much thought was poured into it. If you've never seen this behind the scenes footage, you would have no idea how much he struggled with this. Now what about the hundreds of panels before that weren't caught on camera? Was he struggling as much as well? What was going through his head when he drew these? I then realized how much I've taken the art for granted. So from then on, I start to pay really close attention to every little detail drawn in each and every panel. The characters' expressions, how much thought was put into every stroke. Sometimes a small panel can say so much. I start to appreciate the story and artwork even more.
Yeah, bro.
But sadly, on the 21st of May in 2015, the 327th chapter titled The Man Named Tadaoki would be the last chapter of the manga ever published, and Vagabond will go on indefinite hiatus till this day.
No, wait. Does that mean even if I get all the books, it's not going to finish? Oh, man.
Inoue had lost clarity about what he wanted to express through Musashi. In 2008, 7 years before the manga's hiatus, Inoue hosted the last manga exhibition. This was foreshadowing. Before the manga even approached its conclusion, Inoue was already searching for closure. It was an exhibition that kinda serves as an epilogue, where we see the older Musashi and the rest of the crew. These weren't prints of existing pages. These were new and original artwork crafted by Inoue himself. This is the closest thing to an ending that we'll ever get. So even though the manga has not technically ended, I feel that Inoue has long made peace with the story and how it's finished. I don't know about you, but that makes me feel like praying.
Thank you for your love. Thank you for the heart. There'll never be a long and lonely night again.
That's deep.
At its heart, Vagabond isn't a story about killing or victory. It's about self-mastery. You see this cold, brute character matured into someone much more grounded. Musashi's entire journey revolves around refining himself, physically, mentally, and spiritually, to the point of absolute perfection. He is obsessed with becoming invincible, only to realize it isn't something you achieve, but something you understand. To know 10,000 things is to know one well. Instead of chasing the broad, Musashi eventually comes to understand himself. Young Musashi believes strength means violence and victory, that if he can defeat everyone, he'll transcend humanity and reach the invincible state of being. His entire identity revolves around fearlessness and bloodshed. But as the story progresses, his duels leave him isolated. Every time he wins, he feels further away from his goal and further away from humanity itself.
Yeah.
The pursuit of perfection can destroy or liberate you. That goes to Musashi, Inoue, or anyone that's on that path. Being strong isn't about how many lives you can take, but whether you can carry the weight of those you've killed. Only later does Musashi realize that true strength lies in restraint and humility. It's not about conquering others, but about conquering oneself, one's ego, fears, and desires. Suddenly, the concept of strength becomes spiritual. He learns that to live is harder than to kill, to forgive is harder than to win, and to accept one's weakness is the strongest act of all. Strength is an endless process, not a state of being. It's a pursuit of harmony with oneself and the world, so I ask, what does it mean to be strong? Well, to be strong is to be at peace with yourself. And
that's tough right there. I'm not gonna lie, I agree.
strength
I
is an
definitely
endless
agree with that.
process, not a state of being.
Because that's what a lot of people struggle with. Yeah, shit. Damn near everybody struggles with.
It's a pursuit of harmony with oneself and the world, so I ask, what does it mean to be strong? Well, to be strong is to be at peace with yourself. And that is truly beautiful.
Like everyone else, you want to learn the way to win, but never to accept the way to lose.
But you can't begin to change yourself in any meaningful way until you confront who you really are.
過去のことを思っちゃダメだよ。未来のことも思っちゃダメ。ならば、
Think about the
一
present.
生懸命、
Hold
一つ
on
の
for
とこ
dear
ろに
life.
命をかける。今ここを生きていけば、生き生きするぞ。
What is it I ultimately look for? I would call it it's just peace.
Peace is hard to come by, chat. I'm not gonna lie, that was a beautiful video. I like that one. The pursuit of perfection. What does it mean to be strong?